Dylan was an energetic 7-year-old boy with bright blue eyes and a curiosity as vast as the universe. Every weekend, he would gather his friends in his backyard to share his latest discoveries about space. Today was no different. His friends, Emily, a budding artist with a knack for drawing, Max, a sports enthusiast who loved a good challenge, and Mia, a thoughtful girl who always had the most interesting questions, sat in a circle around him. Dylan began with a booming, "Space, the final frontier," as he pointed to the homemade solar system model floating above their heads, each planet a carefully painted styrofoam ball hanging by a thread. "Today, we start with Mercury," Dylan said enthusiastically. "Did you guys know Mercury is the closest planet to the Sun? It's also the smallest planet in our solar system and has no moons." Max raised his hand. "Does that mean it's super hot?" "Awesome question, Max. It's actually both really hot and really cold. The side facing the sun can get up to 800 degrees Fahrenheit, but the side in the dark can drop to minus 330 degrees. Max's eyes widened in amazement. Next, Dylan pointed to Venus. Venus is sort of like Earth's evil twin. It's covered in thick clouds of sulfuric acid, so you'd never want to visit there. Plus, it's hotter than Mercury, even though it's further from the sun. Emily sketched a picture of a volcanic Venus landscape in her notebook. Now Earth, Dylan continued, our home. It's the only planet we know of with life. It has just the right conditions, water, air, and a perfect distance from the sun. Mia asked, "What about Mars, Dylan? Is there life there?" "Great question, Mia. Scientists are really curious about Mars," Dylan replied. "It's called the red planet because of its reddish iron oxide. It's cold, dusty, and has the largest volcano and canyon in the solar system. We've sent rovers there to find out more about if it once had water and maybe life." They moved on to the gas giants. Dylan explained Jupiter's immense size, stormy surface with the great red spot, and its many moons. He described Saturn's stunning rings made of ice and rock, causing Emily to layer her drawing with shimmering yellow rings. "Uranus is really unique," Dylan said with excitement. "It rotates on its side. It's also an ice giant with a stark, pale blue color due to methane in its atmosphere." The kids giggled at the idea of a planet tumbling sideways through space. "Neptune," Dylan continued, "is another ice giant. It's deep blue and has the fastest winds in the solar system, zooming around at over 1,200 miles per hour. Mia jotted down fastest winds in her notebook. Finally, Dylan mentioned the dwarf planet, Pluto. Even though it's not considered a major planet anymore, it's still special. It has 5 known moons and its own little orbit out there in the Kuiper Belt. As Dylan wrapped up his lesson, the friends looked at the solar system model in awe. "That was amazing, Dylan," Emily exclaimed. "You should be a teacher." Dylan grinned from ear to ear, knowing that he had planted a seed of curiosity in each of their minds. They all agreed that space was a fascinating place, and there was so much more to learn.